I can hear myself. Nice. Alright. Hello everyone again for the second time today. My name is Endy and I am going to play one of the best NES games for you, which is Mega Man 1, which is an amazing game. So yeah, you're all probably familiar with what Mega Man is. So we're just going to, I guess we're just gonna start. I will do a countdown so Dexter can keep track of the timing. And we will start in 3, 2, 1, go. When I played this game last time, I actually made, actually went Elec first, which is a very unconventional route, but this time we're gonna go do the standard route with Catman first. So to start off, this game is kind of slow in the beginning. You don't have any slide, or you don't have any you don't have rush in this game either. There's no way to speed up the first stage. You just have to walk through it, and of course avoid everything and do it as good as possible. There's quite a bit of movement optimization going on here, but other than that, it's kind of slow. Okay, you got the first cornea, nice. That is pretty scary actually. Well, you don't lose that much time if you fall down there, but there's one later that can cost us a lot of time if we fail it. So, pretty good RNG there, you can take a hit there. Health is usually not an issue. It can be. Good movement there, I made it through with the iframes on that enemy. So. Off to a decent start so far. So, this is the first Mega Man game out of 6 for the NES. There's 11 classic games, which we count like classic Megas. The recent one was released just a couple of years back. And we also usually count Rockman and Forte as a classic Mega as well. Anyway, we're approaching the first boss fight here. You might have noticed how I actually jumped into the gate. That's because you keep your momentum, your forward momentum. If you walk into the gate, you actually have to accelerate again from a standing position, which is kind of slow. So whenever you take a hit in this game, or whenever you walk into a door, you want to jump in it, basically. Also, it's the first boss. Also, you might have seen I walked into a few enemies and paused the game and instantly unpaused. That is a thing that's exclusive to Mega Man 1. It actually negates your knockback. So you can basically, as long as you have enough health, you can basically just, get through enemies. Enemies you can't kill, you can get through them just by walking through and pausing. Okay, everyone's favorite stage. Nice, we got a double shot there, that's good. We want to... Health management is a bit more scary in this stage. If you do mistakes, things can end up pretty bad at the end of the stage. And Elec Man does a shit ton of damage, so you don't want to take a hit from one of his Elec beams. There's also an interesting trick coming up. Well, first of all, there's the corner jump that's gonna happen soon here. If I fail this one, I will lose like 14 seconds or something, so fingers crossed. We didn't fail it, of course not. You save 1.5 seconds doing that, opposed to going the right way. So that's a good trade-off, right? I always like those good trade-offs in my games. The big risk, small reward. Okay, so there's a nice little glitch coming up here, which I can't really explain. We're gonna make use of an unnatural ladder position by doing a frame perfect input, and then we're gonna go out of bounds. Ah, come on. And then we're not gonna soft lock. If you get stuck in that little box there, you actually soft lock the game. There's no way to get out. So thankfully we did not soft lock, and that little cage there is also called Endy because I did speedrun this at AGDQ. Well, I've actually run this game at AGDQ 2 times, but the first time was a race with Dexter, White Hat and Cool Kid and me, and I actually soft-locked by going into the cage, so that was not a fun race for me. I did recover. Okay, in a way, so what you got there was the magnet beam, and that is what's gonna speed up this run by quite a bit, and you will soon see why. But first of all, we can use it to climb ladders like this, which is always nice to speed up this stage. But there's a bigger use for it, which we're gonna see in Iceman stage. The elephant is down. Alright, later on you're gonna see me using a pause glitch. Just like when you pause, you can't, you can neglect the knockback. The good thing about the same type of pause is that it also stops, the enemy's iframes basically keeps active when you pause, so you can pause and unpause to make big damage, and you're gonna see that in the upcoming boss fight. But first of all, we're gonna try to do some neat tricks with the newfound magnet beam. Let's see if I can get something here. Okay, we missed the first setup. The setups for the sips, which you're gonna see, are pixel perfect, so unfortunately I failed the first sip over the water, but it's okay. We got the setup for that one, and voila! We're skipping this really annoying section right here. You can either do the setups by... Wait, I'm gonna focus here a bit. You do not want to die here. I can't emphasize this enough. Ah! Crap. You can actually zip through the screen like I did the previous one as well, but I have to take the walk of shame now. Anyway, the important thing is not dying in Iceman stage. If you fall down in the pit of despair, you are in deep trouble. There we go. Corridor sips. My running ice pixel is a bit rusty, unfortunately, but it's okay. So now we're gonna make use of the select glitch for the boss fight, and that makes quite short work of Iceman, as you can see. So next up is Fireman stage, which is one of the more technical stages in the game. So let's see how this goes. There's tons of sips in this stage, including one really scary one at the end, so we'll see what happens. Come on, get in there. Thank you. First try. That's actually the easy sip, but it's very stressful if you fail it a few times, because the more beams you put on the screen, the more the game lags, so the muscle memory kind of gets screwed up. Okay, nice sip there. And now for the scary sip coming up fairly soon. Phew, okay. Should be good. Ah! Fudge me in the fridge. That was weird. You're not supposed to die there, apparently. It's fine though. Now we have to do this a bit. How are we gonna do this actually? That's one of the worst places to die in the game. That's really unfortunate. Oh well. Fudge in the fridge. So we only have 3 beams. Can we do this? There's a ladder set up. Can I do it? No, that's too high. Ah, crap. Whatever. I have a different TV. A new TV basically I play on. So if I don't get the fast setups for the sips, I have a bit of issues finding the correct pixel for the safe setups. So We're just gonna have to go with that. It's okay. Not the optimal thing I wanted for this run, but shit happens. At least we get to zip through some corridors like that. It is okay. Oh, shoo! I was about to do the fastest strat. You should actually take a damage boost from one of Fire's shots there. But I just realized I only had 2 HP, so I usually don't have 2 HP there, so I'm pretty glad I noticed that in time. Otherwise I would have walked in right to a fire shot and killed myself. Which would have been annoying to say the least, so I'm glad I caught it in time. Okay, we're back on track. We're on Bombman stage now, which is one of the easier stages. These enemies in the beginning are random, so it's a bit annoying. There's 2 different things you can do here. You can either go with the ice beam or you can go with the magnet beam instantly. The magnet beam is... Going with the magnet beam instantly is like... It's roughly 1.5 seconds faster. But it uses a lot of magnet beams, and there's another really big zip we're gonna do at the end of this stage. And we basically don't want to fail that, like we did the other one. So we're gonna have a few extra spare beams now. Which should make this setup fairly easy. We'll see. Ah, too low. It's not a big zip though, the big zip is coming up here. Let's see. Well, I don't know what I needed the extra beams for. We got the setup first try, so now I have a tons of extra beams, but it's okay. We got the frame per turnaround, so we're gonna end up really far to the right in the room here. So he can give me 2 paddles here. Give me the good one. Bit funky, but we got through, so that's good. So let us just pretend that that little fireman mishap did not happen at all, right? If that wouldn't have happened, we would have been pretty decent pace here. Now it's gonna be a bit tough to beat the estimate, actually. That's not a death I usually take. I'm still upset by that. Oh wow. Okay, this is gonna be scary now. But I'm gonna go for it anyway, because why not? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Oh, that was dumb. That is so dumb. The drop... I got a drop there, and the drop actually slows down your momentum. The drop slows down your momentum, so I was not sure I was gonna catch that cycle in time. It's really tight to land on that green platform, but we managed to do it, so that's good. We make short work with that corridor. That's good. The most important trick in the game, the ass grab. We got it. Alright, so... yeah, the timing for that platform I did in the beginning of the stage is usually not that big of a deal if you don't get the drop like I did there. That made it really scary. Just that little time difference. Anyway, so in this game we have 4 wily stages coming up. And as usual in Mega Man games, you don't refill your weapon meter between the stages, so we're gonna have to be conservative with our magnet beam here. We're also gonna try a zip in the beginning here to skip past one of the scarier sections. Let's see if I can get it. Easy every time. Okay, so that's good. We only use 3 beams as well, so we're good on beams. Now let's see what happens here. gave me the fast pattern, but it also gives me... It also takes a bit of health from me, so it's a bit scary. Okay, let's do this. Ah, not too far from it. I missed the second beam. You can actually do a spike zip past this entire room. It's incredibly stupid, but it's should go for it. Nice, no wasted beams. So we have enough beams for the rest of the game. Good. Good, good, good. So many people consider Mega Man 2 the. I mean, not many people have Mega Man 1 as their favorite game, but this is actually my favorite Mega Man game on NES, I would say. Okay, we're gonna try to make short work of Yellow Devil with the... Okay, we did a strat called Swagline. Streamline found a strat to be able to make that in one cycle. I didn't quite get it in one cycle, but it's still faster than doing the regular pause. You actually can alternate by pausing with select and start to get a little extra fast kill on that guy. But it was quite okay. Don't fall down there. It's dangerous. There's a trick in this stage which has a huge soft lock potential, so we're not gonna go for it. We're just gonna go the regular round here. You can do a thing called the Wily 2 skips. They are heavily RNG dependent, and you also need a few extra beams preferably. So we're just gonna do the regular route. You can skip. You basically skip the two bosses, but you have to do a series of weird zips inside the wall, kind of like what I did in the Elecman stage when I grabbed the magnet beam. But as I said, they are not reliable in a marathon setting, and I would very much like to finish the run. So, all in all, if you do them perfectly, you can actually save up to 14, roughly 15 seconds, I guess. But they are way too risky to do, and you usually don't save that much. Okay, now we're going out of bounds. We're actually one screen ahead than it looks like. Ooh, and if you fall down there, you die from invisible spikes, so we didn't do that, so it's good. Okay, we have the clone fight coming up. This was one of the bosses that I found really hard when I was a kid. However, if you know how to do this, it's fairly simple. You can actually buffer A and B and right here, and you will always hit the first hit. And then you just go in kind of like a circular motion. Conserving some ammo. And he's down. Alright. Next stage here coming up. There's a trick call at the end of this stage. We're gonna skip basically the entirety of this stage using the magnet beam for another sick zip. Then at the end of the stage we have a boss fight coming up where you can duplicate the blocks, which I'm gonna use. It's gonna be hard because, as I said earlier, I'm playing on a TV which I have not played Mega Man on, and the cutoff on the TV is different for every TV you play on, basically, and it's frame perfect tricks coming up, and if you're not familiar with the cutoff of the TV properly, it's gonna be hard to get the tricks, but we're gonna try. Okay. Oh, we got one, nice. We got two. Okay, we didn't get three. Okay, you need three to make the absolute fastest possible kill there, but it's okay. We got two, and I'm happy with that considering the TV. That's good. So basically, you need to press the attack button at the same frame the block exits the screen. The last debris of the previous block exits the screen, and it's a frame perfect trick. So if you don't hit the exact frame, and this game runs at 60 frames per second, you will not get it. So I'm pretty happy I got two there. Wait, why am I on Fireman's weapon? That's not the weapon intended. Wily 4, final stage. We're gonna skip through most of the stage. Not surprisingly. Get up there, Mega Man. And now there's refights. Whoops. Okay. That's unfortunate. Well, or maybe there's not refights, I don't know. Nice backup there. Didn't get it first try, but second try is okay. So unfortunately you didn't get to see the refights, I'm sorry. We basically used another weird zip. We actually used Bomb Man's explosion from his weapon to make the game glitch out and basically just zip through the rooms and just respawn in the Wily fight. So time is coming up. On the frame I kill Wily. Dexter should know. He's very familiar with this game. And time. So that was not bad, considering a little overestimates because of the stupid mishappening in the Fireman stage, which cost me. That actually cost me a lot of time. Wow, almost a minute in Fireman stage because of that failure. So that was unfortunate. Other than that, really solid run, I would say. Yeah, I know. Best of NES overestimates. That's horrible. That's horrible. So I guess since I'm overestimate, we need to get right into Batman, I guess, and let's hope we can keep within estimate on that one. But yeah, this is Mega Man 1. As I said, my favorite Mega Man game on the NES. Definitely.